Hello everyone, this is Hero here and welcome to another King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match Online video. Yes, today's topic, what are we going to talk about? Previously, I touched on the character introduction for Crazy Yori. Okay, I mentioned that Crazy Yori, he is the core of all 4 souls formation. He is the heart of all 4 souls formation. Meaning to say, if you are going for a 4 souls formation team, you must have Crazy Yori. So, Yori being the heart, today we're going to introduce Orochi Leona. Orochi Leona is the lifeline of all 4 souls formation. I will explain to you guys later on why is this so. Okay, so Orochi Leona is an API 14 character, meaning to say she is also considered a boss character. Let's look at the details. Sorry, before that, she is a gang fighter. She's a gang fighter. So under the details, being a gang fighter, all gang fighters normally their stats are all equally spread out, even out. Okay, so same as Orochi Leona, critical, anti-crit, critical power, everything is almost around the 20% range. Okay, damage also normal. Resistance rate is fairly high, 41%. Let us look at her feature. Her feature states that she is a high damage dealer. Later, when I go through the skills with you guys, you will understand why she is a high damage dealer. She is one of those very rare gang fighters that can do a lot of damage. The other gang fighter that I feel that can do a lot of damage, I think, will be Kula. Yeah, okay. So her fate, Ghost Recon, Orochi Leona, Whip, Club, Ra. Okay, this fate is not that hard to unlock. Bloody Curse, Orochi Leona, Crazy Yori, Rugal. This is a little bit harder because you need all bosses. But of course, if you are going for Orochi Leona, I think by the time you should have Crazy Yori. Rugal, I think most people should have by now. Okay, I would think most people should have by now. If you have not gotten Rugal yet, maybe in the future, look better. You can exchange for its fragments, then you can unlock Rugal from there slowly. Vengeful Spirit, Orochi Leona, Leona, Hydrant, and Gilnitz. Okay, so out of this, you just need Gilnitz, which is the boss here. The last 3, basically you need her weapon, Micro Nuclear Bomb, Orochi Badge, Super Power Tome. Her fight soul, she is a Viper soul. Okay, so every time she attacks, she will restore rage, but she has a little bit of tortoise soul in her. Okay, every time she gets attacked is 1/4 of this 192 rage, if I'm not wrong. Okay, this is a level 20. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Okay, but should be this if I understand this correctly. So she has a little bit of tortoise soul in her. Let's look at her passive. Blood Frenzy. Decrease opponent's male fighter's attack. Does not stack with Orochi Shermei's Bewitch. Okay, remember Orochi Shermei's Bewitch. Let me show you guys. Decrease male fighter's attack. Okay, so Orochi Leona has this skill. So Orochi Shermei passive doesn't stack with Orochi Leona. Same with Mai. Okay, Mai's passive is also Bewitch. This thing doesn't stack with Orochi Leona's passive also. Okay, let me go back. If your team has fighters with the following fight souls: Orochi Leona will get the following buff: Tiger Soul, attack plus 10%, Bear Soul, initial rage plus 200, Snake Soul, HP drain plus 10%, Turtle Soul, defense plus 10%. Will not stack, okay, if more than one each. So if you have two Turtle Soul in your team, she will only still get 10%, not 20% defense. So for Orochi Leona to be fully to reach her max potential, she has to be in a 4 souls formation so that her passive will get this 4 buff. If she is in a formation that is not a 4 souls formation, this buff will still trigger, but depending which soul you do not have. For example, you do not have Snake Soul. Okay, we don't put Snake Soul because she herself is a Snake Soul. Let's say you don't have a Turtle Soul in your team, then she will not get this Turtle Soul buff, but she will get the rest of the buff if you have Bear, Tiger and Snake in your team. Okay, this is one of the buffs that she will get in her passive in a 4 souls formation to max out. Okay, she has to be in a 4 souls formation. Her skill, Moon Slasher. The target is dealt a heavy damage to a column with extra damage to the main target. 40% reduction in healing. 6% loss of health per turn for 2 rounds. This skill will also allow Orochi Leona to recover own health. Okay, so let me explain a bit further. When she uses a skill, this skill will hit a column. The first target that gets hit will get a 40% reduction in healing. On top of that, the target will get bleeding, a bleeding debuff. This bleeding debuff will cause that target to lose 6% loss of health for the next 2 rounds, including the 40% reduction healing. So this is why in skill mode, Orochi Leona is very deadly. She will take out targets very fast. Every time she uses a skill, the target will bleed 2 rounds. Most of the time, the target will be very near death. She takes tanks out very fast also. So this is her skill. Max Rebel Spark, her ultimate. After exclusive weapon awakening, cause a single enemy a lot of damage with 20% chance to stun the surrounding targets and 20% splash damage to them. This ultimate also lets Orochi Leona restore her own health. If allies have 4 kinds of fight soul, meaning if your team has 4 souls, Tiger, Snake, Bear, Turtle, this ultimate would increase allies' 30% control rate and 12% resistance rate for 2 rounds. Meaning to say, every time Orochi Leona ultimates, this bar 30% control rate and 12% resistance rate will be applied to your team for 2 rounds. This is where I mentioned just now, Orochi Leona is the lifeline of all 4 souls formation because of this last part here. 12% resistance rate. Every time she ultimates, your whole team will get this bubble effect on them, meaning to say that they've gotten this 12% resistance rate, so they are much tankier, they take lesser damage, they survive longer. So, but in order for this to work, she has to be in a 4 souls formation. This is a must. It's not like her passive. Her passive, any of these fighters, any of the fighters with all these souls is in the team, she will get that buff. If your team doesn't have any of these souls, then she will not get that buff. As simple as that. But for her ultimate is different. She has to be in a 4 souls formation. Then this ultimate will work. Just another note, this is because I already unlocked the weapon, so that's why the ultimate is a bit different. Without her weapon, what is the difference? Basically, strikes a single enemy, okay, instead of 20% chance to stun, I think it's only 15%, if I'm not wrong. Okay. Number 2, there is no splash. Okay, there is no splash without her weapon. Number 3, the ultimate will not stun surrounding targets. Will only stun the target she hit. This is without a weapon. Okay, so with her weapon, when she hits a target, after the explosion, the surrounding enemy from their main target will get the splash damage and has a 20% chance to get stunned. Okay, so this is the difference between with and without weapon. So let us go to the next thing, is her gates. Okay, the 8 elements. There's a bit of difference here. Okay, her blood frenzy, if you unlock the leg element, basically what will you get? Decrease enemies melee fighter attack. Okay, this is the passive. Orochi Leona will get a following buff if allies have the following quite so. Okay, Tiger increase 12% attack, Bear increase 240 starting range, Snake increase 12% HP drain, Turtle increase 12% defense. So you guys can see the stats increase by a bit more. Okay, compared to the 10% just now, 10%, 10%, and the 200 starting range. This is a little bit higher. Gain grants unyielding effect. The less his, I think should be hers, okay? The spelling is wrong. The less HP remaining, the more damage boost. 30% max. So with this passive activated, the lesser HP Orochi Leona has, the more damage she will do. Okay, so let us go back to her skill and activate the gates. Oops. Activate the gates so that you guys can see a difference. Oh, not from here. Sorry, my bad. Let me see. It should be here. Yeah, here. Okay, so I really enabled the effect. So let us go back and see again. Okay, so you guys can see things has changed. Okay, 12%, 240, 12%, 12%. Okay, then she got this. Okay, the less HP remaining, the more damage boost, up to 30% max. Let's look at the other gate. I have not unlocked the Thunder Gate yet, okay? Max Moon Slasher, this is her skill, Max. Strikes a column with HP recovery, cause injury to the main target. HP restore, okay? Just now was minus 40% healing reduction. Now is 60% with bleeding effect, which causes 7% HP loss. Just now was 6%. Now this is 7%. And minus 50% rage restore speed, lasts for 2 rounds. This is an additional part at the last part here. Minus 50% rage restore speed. So her skill not only causes 60% healing reduction, not only adds 7% HP bleeding damage, and lastly a 50% rage reduction speed for 2 rounds. Okay, for 2 rounds. I have not opened up this gate yet because not enough fragments. Okay, not enough fragments. Still trying very hard to get up to Thunder Gate. So, is Orochi Leona good? That's the main question. Basically, it's a very simple answer. If you are going for 4 souls formation, you have to go for Crazy Yuri. If you have gotten Crazy Yuri, there is no reason for you to not get Orochi Leona. You must get Orochi Leona. Okay, you must. With the dual Riot of Blood characters, okay, your team will be very, very powerful. The first round, Crazy Yuri will be able to take on all sorts of damage, okay, for your team. because of his passive. Okay, you guys remember my character introduction for Yuri. His passive increases resistance rate. Okay, this is a level 93 at almost 40%. First round, when opponent attacks you, you will take your whole team will get 40% resistance rate at this level. So your team will not get so much damage. After that, the next round you can counter attack. For Orochi Leona, it's different. She's a lifeline, which means that after Crazy Yuri's passive has activated on the first round, your whole team takes less damage, and all your fighters leave after the initial blow. Then Orochi Leona will take over the 4 souls formation, whereby she will always ultimate and place the resistance bar on your whole team, so that your whole team can survive throughout the rest of the fight. So I would suggest, if you're going 4 souls formation, you must get both Crazy Yuri and Orochi Leona. Okay, so that brings me to the end of Orochi Leona's character introduction. I hope you guys understand how this 4 souls formation work. Feel free to leave a comment down in the, at the video below. I will try to answer them, and I will do another video, okay, in the future, to talk about generally how the whole 4 souls formation and what type of other characters you can put in. Okay, so with that, I see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.